Drums for success.
Hey, it's TJ Fisher here with Drums for Success on the first episode of Creative Expression Behind the Chops. So before we start, I got to give a big shout out to my buddy Eric Watson, who is the founder of DBK. If you don't know who he is, definitely make sure you follow his channel. He does some amazing clinics. We usually do a clinic every year, which has a who's who of drummers, all the way from guitar center champions to up and coming drummers. It's really amazing. So big shout out to Eric Watson. If you don't know who he is, make sure you follow DBK. So this clip is gonna be from the 2017 version of Sharik Tucker's solo. We're gonna take a small concept and tell you how to expound on that. So before we start, got to get the disclaimer. Creative expression is about taking pieces of a person's vocabulary and analyzing it and seeing how we could potentially utilize it. It's not for you to learn how to chop over every gig and stuff like that and get you fired and things like that. It's a look at analytically how they're doing these things and how we can use this to help to take our playing to the next level and really use it in a musical fashion. So enough talking, let's get to the video. All right, here we go. Wow. Okay, let's look at that one more time. Check it out. Man, did you catch that? That was freaking amazing. So we're gonna talk about the concept of what he did. So he did something similar to this right here. Right? So essentially, it's a combination of pradiddle-diddles and some paradiddles kind of put together really fastly. So here's what we want to look at. We don't want to just look at the fact that he played paradiddle-diddles and paradiddles because that's only going to give us a small piece of vocabulary. What we really want to look at is how he created the phrase. So the first thing we want to listen to is the phrase that he created. So he started with the phrase but right? So if we were trying to get that phrase, before we figure out how many notes we can fit in there, let's get the outline of that basic phrase. So just play that by itself. Right, now that we got the phrase going, in order to get us closer to what is to sounding like what he did, we're gonna start. We're gonna double all the notes. We got the accents going. We got the single basic variation of it, and then we're gonna double the amount of notes that we're playing. Right, and then you can even start moving that to the toms, and it already starts to sound like what he's doing already. So now that we got that going and we move around the toms, now in order for it to get even closer to what he did, even if we're not playing the exact sticking that he did, we got to put some singles and some doubles in there. And potentially what the singles and doubles help you to do is figure out what hand you want to play. So let's say you want to play all the phrases on the right hand, you would have to put a double so that you make sure you can go back to the right hand. So it's what he does is he does a paradiddle-diddle. So right, left, left, left. So he can start again on that right hand again. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right? So that's a 6-stroke, a 6-beat combination or a 6-note combination, right? Sounds like this. Right? Once we have that 6-beat combination, to get the whole phrase, he puts a paradiddle in there. And if you know what a paradiddle is right, left, right, right, and then left, right, left, left, right? Right? And then to get the phrase together, he puts it all together by playing, right? Paradiddle-diddle, and then a paradiddle, and then a paradiddle, and then another paradiddle-diddle. Right? And then he repeats that 3-part phrase again. Paradiddle-diddle, paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Right? And he loops that so he can get that phrase. And then on top of that, he just puts a bass drum on the beginning of each of those phrases. So at the beginning of the paradiddle-diddle, beginning of the paradiddle, and the beginning of the paradiddle. So now you have this phrase, or the illusion that this phrase got a little bit more oomph to it, right? So it sounds like this. Right? And then he finishes off with a really cool, like around the toms type of fast single stroke roll, which is really amazing. Again, we want to teach you the concept. I don't want to, as I've learned and grown as a drummer, I've gotten away from trying to learn verbatim what people are doing and understanding that the concepts will take me farther. Because if I sit there and play exactly what you're playing, that's a great thing to do, and I did it in my younger years. But as I grew, I started to, just transition into learning the concepts, which took me way further than, because I can manipulate the concepts further than that. So that's been the Sharik Tucker creative expression behind the chops. Hope you guys are loving it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm TJ Fisher here with Drums for Success, helping you to make a difference one beat at a time.
Drums for success.